God's my life. Stolen hence and left me asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream past the wit of man to say what my dream was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was. There is no man that could tell what. Methought I was. Methought I had. Oh, but man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I shall get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I shall sing it at the latter end of the play before the Duke. Oh, peradventure, to make it the more gracious. I shall sing it at her death.
Yes, a dozen, and as many to the vantage as would store the world they played for. But I do think it is their husbands' faults if wives do fall. Say they slack their duties and pour our treasures into foreign laps, or else break out in peevish jealousy, throwing restraint upon us. Or say they strike us, or scant our former having in despite, why, we have galls, and though we have some grace, yet have we some revenge. Let husbands know their wives have sense like them. We see and smell and have palates for both sweet and sour, as men have. What is it that they do when they change us for others? Is it sport? I think it is. And doth affection breed it? I think it doth. Is't frailty that thus errs? It is so too. And have we not affection's desires for sport and frailty as men have? Then let them use us well, else let them know the ills we do, their ills instruct us so.
Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms are hung up as monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings, and our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front. But now, instead of mounting barred steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasings of a lute. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking glass, I, that am rudely stamped, and want love's majesty to strut before a wanton ambling nymph, I, that am curtailed of these fair proportions, cheated of feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable, the dogs do bark at me as I halt by them. Why, I, in this weak, piping time of peace, have no delight to pass away the time, unless to spy my own shadow, and descant upon it in the sun. Therefore, since I cannot prove a lover, to entertain these fair, well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain, and hate the idle pleasures of these days.
It must be by his death. And for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him, but for the general. He would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder, and that craves wary walking. Crown him, that, and then I grant we put a sting in him that at his will he may do danger with. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. And, to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affections swayed more than his reason. But 'tis a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder, whereto the climber upward turns his face, but when he once attains the upmost rung, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend. So Caesar may. Then lest he may, prevent. And since the quarrel will bear no colour for the thing he is, fashion it thus, that what he is, augmented, would run to these and these extremities. And therefore think him as a serpent's egg, which hatched would as his kind grow mischievous, and kill him in the shell.
Thou, Nature, art my goddess, and to thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom, and permit the curiosities of nations to deprive me, for that I am some 10 or 12 moonshines lag of a brother? Why, bastard? Wherefore base? Our father's love is to the bastard Edmund as to the legitimate. Oh, a fine word, legitimate. Well, my legitimate, if this letter speed and my intention thrive, Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. I grow. I prosper. Now, gods, stand up for bastards.
I am not mad. This hair I tear is mine. My name is Constance. I was Geoffrey's wife. Young Arthur is my son, and he is lost. I am not mad. I would to heaven I were, for then 'tis like I should forget myself. Oh, if I could, what grief should I forget? Preach some philosophy to make me mad, and thou shalt be canonized, Cardinal. Or being not mad, but sensible of grief, my reasonable part produces reason, how I may be delivered of these woes, and teaches me to kill or hang myself. If I were mad, I should forget my son, or madly think a babe of clouts, or he. I am not mad. Too well. too well. I feel the different plague of each calamity.
The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thought, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe-top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake thy fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers. Wherever in your sightless substance you wait on nature's mischief, come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold! Hold!
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, where'er so she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, no, I am ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel though Demetrius do, as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's sphery eyne? But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake!